Hey everybody, it is Jason from the Texas Gun Vault, and I want to come to you tonight and thank you all for all of the help, all the comments that I got, all the emails that I got, which I still have not gotten around to replying to, but I did read them all. When I posted about this barrel and the problem I was having with the part of the case, that's I guess kind of the head of the case where it crimps around the projectile and it's stuck in there. Man, you guys really did your best. You guys gave me a bunch of great ideas. You guys talked about case extraction tools. You guys talked about different type of chamber fillers and so forth, brushes, wooden dowels, and I want to let you guys know that I tried almost everything I could without having to buy anything. So all the wooden dowel stuff, the heat, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I've had this thing torched. I've tried to pull this thing out. I've tried to use every type of device I have, taps, drill bits, being very careful and slow, and I can't get it out. And those people that say a wooden dowel, I'm sorry, but if you look through the chamber, you actually can see the wooden dowel wouldn't work, because if I put one in from this side to push it out, well, that casing is actually, well, let's see if I can get it here. All right, where's the camera? Right there is actually smaller than the actual lands and grooves and things. So nothing I have will go through that and knock it out. So I do appreciate that. Somebody said, oh, what about an air compressor? Well, an air compressor is not going to work because you can blow air through the whole bore. So what do? Well, I can go try to find an extraction tool, or I can use this as an opportunity, which I think I'm going to do, because as I have mentioned and told you guys even in that last video, this 9mm, I guess originally was a pistol, now it's an SBR, was made from substandard parts. Now the lower receiver was perfectly fine. I used I think it's by a company called Han, which is the conversion from the 5.56 to 9mm. It's pretty standard. It's one of the top of the line things. It's just an Aero Precision lower receiver, Magpul furniture, stock trigger in it, and all that kind of stuff. So the lower receiver is fine. Upper receiver is a keyhole marked, I'm assuming maybe a Colt, but it has the same forgings that Colt uses. Has a good charging handle on it, Magpul backup sights, and it had that cheap handguard and had this barrel. So I have decided that I have always had a little bit of issues with this gun. This is a sign that I need to do something else with the upper receiver. So I'm going to keep the barrel around. Obviously, I can't use it until I get that extracted. And let me tell you, I have tried virtually everything. And if I go any more, I'm probably going to damage it. So I bought this thing super duper cheap. Probably some of my feeding issues with the fact that maybe the chamber's a little bit too tight, not 100% in spec. Model 1 Sales, who made this, used to be a company, and maybe they're still around, I don't know. They were based here in Texas, and they used to go around to a bunch of gun shows and sell AR-15 parts, and some of them were really discounted, and that's what this was. I mean, I bought this barrel when I was not in the situation that I'm in now. So I bought it on the cheap. It always kind of worked. I always had feeding issues, but it's what it was. But I think this is a time for me to upgrade. So I'm going to use the same upper receiver, same bolt, lower receiver, but I'm going to change the handguard and the barrel. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Now, it's not something that is right now immediately on my list of projects to do, because I'm still kind of doing my Mark 12 build, Mark 12 Mod 0, which I finally got the scope rings for, and I'm waiting for those to come in. And then I need the scope ring cap that you can mount the rail to. All that stuff's hard to find, and I need to find a 20-round magazine that's like a GI, either an OK Industries or a Colt. And apparently, not a lot of people make AR aluminum 20-round magazines anymore. And that's because you would pretty much use this gun with the bipod. If you have a 30-round magazine, it's too long. So I'm still trying to buy parts for that. And I just bought something else too that's on its way, and I'll show you guys when I get it. But this is going to go on the back burner, so I put all the other parts. In fact, here, I'll show you. Sometimes you guys see stuff in the background. You might be wondering, what the heck is in those boxes? Well, I'll show you. I'll grab it up. I'll grab it right here. So you'll probably see this in some future videos. So it's just an old Amazon box that I got. And I put all the parts of whatever projects I'm working on. So I got like, a few boxes back here of things I'm like, I need to finish these projects. So I got there's the upper receiver. I just mounted the backup iron sights to it so I don't lose them. But I got the charging handle. It's a Raptor charging handle. Got the bolt in there. What else? I got all the rail panels, the vertical foregrip. I got the muzzle device, which is pretty cool. It's a 4-prong 9mm muzzle device. So I have everything else I need. I got the lower inside in the safe because that's technically the firearm here in the U.S. So this box will be in the back, and I got to figure out what I want to do with it. I got an idea, and I'll tell you what I think would be kind of cool. Is you can buy the 9mm barrels that are clones, or maybe I can find one that's an actual Colt, but that would be a little bit expensive, but of the Colt SMG. So it would be a 10.5-inch 9mm barrel, government profile, so it wouldn't be as thick as that. It would taper down in the center. So it'd be a little bit lighter, but it would have a front sight on it. So it would have the A-pillar front sight, but of course it wouldn't have a gas system because the 9mm is direct blowback. But I think I want to do something cool with this. I would like to put on, and of course this is just a fun gun. It's nothing like I'm trying to clone anything or make it, whatever. I think it would be cool if I could find one of those barrels, which a few companies make them. I need to pound off the front sight with the, or take the pins out, take off the front sight, and replace the round handguard cap with a triangle handguard cap. And I think it would be cool to run one of those triangle carbine handguards. You guys know what I'm talking about? They look like old M16A1 handguards, but they're carbine length. I mean, they're not clones of anything. It's just people had the idea, hey, we can make those triangle handguards for carbine length. I think that would be pretty cool to have the A-pillar front sight, that carbine length triangle handguard, and then I might run on the upper receiver a carry handle. I think that'd be kind of cool looking. So it kind of look a little retro, but it's just made up of different parts. And maybe that barrel would feed a little bit better, and I could still have a cool gun. But that might be what I'm going to do with this. So I want to thank you all for all of your ideas. Unfortunately, none of them worked, and I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I think this is a sign. Sometimes you just know it's a sign. You just go, it's time. I've shot this barrel a bunch. I've had some good times with this gun, but I think it's time to move on and build something a little bit nicer. I've always fully admitted that gun was not the most reliable and made with some cheap parts. So maybe it's time for me to upgrade it. And I'm going to say it's a sign. So I want to thank you all. And that's all I really have tonight for my garage ramblings, I guess. Just as I said, you guys are awesome. I am humbled that I made a video, and then all of a sudden you guys are blowing up my email, blowing up the comment section with just such great ideas. And so thank you. Thank you. That's what this is all about. And I love building that community here at the Texas Gun Vault. So you guys are just the best fans in the world. And I'm saying fans in air quotes. Best subscribers, best people that watch. So thank you guys so much. So what do you guys think? If you don't like what I'm planning on doing with this, give me some ideas. I have to keep it a 9mm because that upper receiver is a 9mm only. Obviously it has the shell deflector, as you can see, and it has the cut dust cover. Also, there is no hole here for a gas tube in the front. So it has to stay 9mm. So what do you guys think I should do with this? You like my idea? As I said, this doesn't have to be any special clone or anything that's like super expensive. Just something that's, I don't know, interesting and cool. So if you don't like what I'm going to do, give me some ideas. But I think a 10.5-inch barrel with a front sight base, the A-pillar with those carbine length A1 hand guards, and maybe a carry handle. I think that'd be kind of cool looking, kind of retro, kind of not, and just be a fun gun. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.